Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome to yet another Ultimate Epic Battle using the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator that's now available on Steam. I've been using this for a couple of weeks now and I've been having some great fun putting some zany and weird combats together. So this time we're going to go for an epic battle. Now we're not going to use the standard map. I've been quite bored with, Worlds of Imperium and City of the Lost Crusades. It's quite bland. We're going to go for City of Thieves. Nice and green, mountains everywhere. We're not going to use the castle. We're going to pit the Republic Army, Republic soldiers from the mod community against more modded units such as Stormtroopers, Dark Troopers, Scout Troopers, and just for a little bit of completeness, we're going to put some Laser Knights in there as Jedi. So, we're going to move them all up to the top of the screen. There's a nice big open space up there. There's a ridge in the centre as well, and I think that ridge is going to be key to whatever army can reach that first. The person who does reach that first, or the army who does reach that first, will be able to lay fire down on the troops coming uphill. They will have the high ground. So we're going to put some of the ancillary units, like the Death Troopers, like the Scout Troopers, and the Laser Knights, around the map, to see if they can draw some fire off the main force as well and make things a little bit more interesting. So now, before we get started, can I ask you to give a like and a subscribe to the videos that I'm doing. Also, check out the notification icon and click on that. That'll let you know when I'm uploading more videos to YouTube, so you don't miss yet another epic battle with some of these modded characters. Now, the modded units are breathing an extra breath of life into this game. It was getting a little bit stale, a little bit old. I think what we need now is more environments, more maps by which to stick our armies in. The ones we got are good, but I think we need more. Perhaps some more maps that allude to movies a little bit, but maintain the aspect of, not infringing on copyright. So, we've got a lot of units being populated on the screen here today. We're going to have loads of Stormtroopers, loads of Rebel soldiers, and just look at them. Just look at them. Well over 15,000 Republic Army and well over 20,000 Scout Troopers, Stormtroopers and Death Troopers. The models from the mod community are coming out and being absolutely fantastic. Really high detailed, and I think it's great. Absolutely great. And that was always going to be the mainstay of this game, whether or not the mod community could get behind it, get on board and get some good models in. Although I think the Republic Army would have been better of having the additional grey, white helmeted with black waistcoat armies that you see in the New Hope, the end of Rogue One. The standard sort of Marine or Rebel Marine models. So the battle started. I'm going to be quiet. Let's see how it unfolds and we'll come back at the end of this battle to see how things go. Well, would you look at that? That was quick, wasn't it? Look at all those dead Stormtroopers everywhere. The Republic soldiers are indeed victorious, so I think we've got the levels slightly wrong. Not to worry. I think it's a bit of time we get in there and adjust the levels of the Imperial units. Try and give them a bit of a chance. There was quite a delta between the two. Okay, so Imperial units. Let's put that down to 10,000. Okay. We'll move them back a bit. They got to that high ground, that little ridge in the middle, a bit too quick, I think, and were able to lay down quite a bit of fire on the Imperial troops. And the other units, like the Laser Knights and the Death Troopers, pretty much useless. They got mowed down quite quickly. So it's all about the main core force, I believe. So let's see what happens now. So we've slightly changed it. We've dropped it down by 5,000 troops on the Rebel side. The Imperial side has remained the same. Now, we're not getting too bad of frames per second on this now. I mean, as it's drawing, we're getting like 40 to 50, but then it's right down into single figures, I believe, as soon as all those units get drawn. So that GTX that I've got, that 1070, it's working here. You got 15 frames per second, 11 frames per second. No, we're down to 8, and we're fluctuating between 8, 10, and 13. So that's not bad, considering, you know, what we've got going on. And it's quite a busy map as well, what with all the trees, the landscape, and the whatnot. There's a raving Jedi ready to go for their rave with their glow sticks out. And there's our huge rebel army. So of course we've dropped that by about 5,000 as well. Okay, so 20,000 Imperial troops amassing over that ridge. There's our Stormtroopers, and the battle's away, and we'll come back once this battle's finished to see who the victor was. Well, I've got to say, it's not looking very good for the Imperials at this stage. Look at all those rebel troops remaining. That hill is definitely key to winning this part of the battle. Yep, dead Stormtroopers everywhere, and a mass of Republic soldiers, which is good for the Republic. Not so good if you're in the Empire, though. So, not to worry. Let's move on and do some more tweaking to the Republic numbers and the Imperial numbers. The key for this, I think, is going to be in the Death Troopers. The Death Troopers, they're a great modded unit. Yes, 3,000 Republic soldiers left. Just over 3,000. That's a hell of a lot. So let's see if we can mod this up a little bit now. So let's get to the main menu. Here we go, into start game. So instead of reducing, we're going to add more units. So up to 1,000 on Death Troopers. I reckon Death Troopers are the key unit. There they are on the bottom flank of the main unit. Let's start the battle. Now 1,000 Death Troopers. They have more hit points, more range. You'll know them from Rogue One. They're the ones with the nice funky black armour. They were Director Krennic's personal guard. But for those of you who have read the books, they were just a unit assigned, and Krennic just adopted them and they just followed him around anywhere. So, here we go. There's our 10,000 strong Republic army. 1,000 Death Troopers. Look at that. Now they're big old Charlies, aren't they? But they look cool. And the battle's away. We'll come back and see who wins in a moment. And it looks like the upper hand is, yes, indeed, the Empire has won it. Just that additional 1,000 troops, or should I say, additional 750 troops that we added to the Death Troopers has balanced it and knocked it over for the Imperials. That's the rebels defeated. So let's go back to the main menu and see what else we can do. Make it a little bit closer. So we gave 1,000. Let's knock that down to 500. Still a sizable force. Let's start the battle again. See what happens. So all the figures remain the same. All we've done is we've reduced it by 500 on the Death Troopers. And they are a force to be reckoned with, I believe. So we have the maps building. I'm glad you didn't use the castle now. Some of the open spaces are better. Right, here we go. There's our army. You've all seen the units. Let's not mess about. And they're off. Let's come back once the battle's over to see what happens and see if these Death Troopers' reduction in number sways it for the rebellion or indeed sways it for the Imperials. Well, it's looking absolutely fantastic now for the Empire. The Empire have got loads of troops in reserve. The rebels are being mowed down. It would just seem those extra 250 from our initial battle was enough to push it over the wall for the Empire. Laser Knights decimated. Scout Troopers still in reserve. The Empire are advancing. They're going to mow the rebels down any second. I've been Ricardo. This has been the ultimate epic battle simulator pitting the rebels against the Imperials. And just by the addition of a few hundred extra Death Troopers, that's knocked it over the wall for them. Please look out for more videos in the series of more silliness and epic battles to come in the future.